half, the city of Polokwane gets a full tank of Matsatsantsa magic as we show them we are refueling greatness. Phuthuma multi-choice shareholders get to rub shoulders with the players of SuperSport United at their AGM. And the new faces and old Matsatsantras get told what it means to play for SuperSport United at our annual club induction. PSL clubs are permitted to register 2 venues as home stadiums. Matsatsantsa chose Polokwane because of the massive love and support we receive in the Limpopo province, which is why Polokwane was the first place SuperSport United introduced our new club slogan. In 2015-2016, we are all about refueling greatness.
This is our Refueling Greatness campaign that we've launched this season as a part of our slogan going forward. The support that we've received here at the Polokwane campus and with our fans, with some of our bases here, our fan bases, has been tremendous. We had a whole squad accompanied by the technical team with Coach Gordon and the rest of the side, just coming just to show support and just to alert our fans that, you know, we still love them and we appreciate the support whenever we come out here in the Limpopo region. The support that we receive from the masses around here has been phenomenal. As you've seen in our first game against Orlando Pirates, we were able to get a few crowd coming into the stadium and really supporting the side and really getting behind the team, and we were able to get a good result. So we're hoping that the success of that first game will put us in good stead going forward. This is our second game here in the beautiful province of Limpopo, and we're hoping that, you know, we can just continue with that great support. We already got the Limpopo branch, we've got the Western Bank branch, and we've got the campus branch as well here locally in the Polokwane region. So we're hoping that, you know, that branch can come through in their numbers and really support the boys tomorrow in our match against Kaizer Chiefs.
Today we kicked off the 2015-2016 season Refueling Greatness campaign between SuperSport United and Engine, which is the campaign we're rolling out this year. So we took it out to the streets, to the public, our supporters here in Polokwane, and we obviously will be rolling out into other regions nationwide as time goes on over the season. This is coming at the back end of another award for being the #1 brand, fuel brand in SA for Engine, and we took it out to the public, which is the very same people that vote for these awards. I mean, it's 2 great brands, and that's what we're doing, refueling greatness for our supporters and public out there. And as well as we brought our players, I mean, which is one thing that the supporters love, is to have the players, you know, see them and get to just talk to them, you know, chat to them one by one. Yeah.
Refueling Greatness is a campaign that we came about along with our sponsors Engine. It's something that we thought will put us in good stead going forward for the season. It's just a matter of just putting the 2 together, the greatness that is SuperSport United over the last decade, and also just refueling the passion that Engine has. We just put those 2 together and we're able to agree that Refueling Greatness will be the slogan that we go forward with. We've been using it on social media and we've been receiving some favorable hits from our fans, and they tagging us in every post that they post at the stadium, and even at these activations we're able to be trending in our last game against Orlando Pirates. So we're hoping that we'll do the same tomorrow, come against Kaizer Chiefs.
These are 2 great brands in South Africa, and I think it's time now we refuel the greatness and go after the title. I mean, as the chairman stated ahead of the start of the season, that this year we're looking at winning the PSL title. So refueling that, we just believe rolling it out to everybody and make sure that everybody's singing one song, that we actually want to be back to the great level of being at the top.
The turnout has been tremendous. The fans came out in their numbers, and this is something that we appreciate. It's not going to be the last time we come out here, so we're hoping that, you know, the more branches that we're going to launch are going to follow suit from some of the branches that we've already launched here in the Polokwane region, and hopefully we'll get more masses. You know, we've been working at about the average of 5,000 per game here in Polokwane at the Peter Mokaba Stadium, so we're hoping that we can increase this come this season, maybe by a few thousands, and hopefully, you know, those fans will be long-time fans of the Matsatsantsa brand.
9 years ago, MultiChoice introduced Phuthuma, which gave black investors an opportunity to buy shares in the company. So when those 100,000 people gathered for this year's AGM, SuperSport United was there to remind our shareholders of how many trophies we have won for them and our Matsatsantsa supporters.
This is a Phuthuma AGM. Phuthuma are the shareholders at SuperSport. So by so saying, they are the owners of SuperSport United. These people are putting money there. So we have to come and show them the team is alive. These are the players to meet and mix with their players. And then this is helping us to build a brand as well, that people must be close to their team.
We are very, very proud of our broad-based black economic empowerment scheme called Putumanati. Immensely proud of it. 100,000 shareholders, people from rural areas, old people, young people, a representation of South Africa. By far, we believe it's the best empowerment scheme in the country. People have really benefited from it. They've got wonderful dividends. The value of the shares have gone up. And the most important thing for me is to see how people's lives have changed through this thing. I have a friend who is a doctor in Khayelitsha. His nurse bought shares in 2006. He phoned me the other day to say, Mr. Patel, let me tell you something. My nurse has just sold some of her shares and she's building a house. That is what touches our heart. And I think that's the kind of contribution that MultiChoice is proud to make to our society and to our country.
Well, look, I think it's a wonderful event. I just think for us as the faces of DSTV to come together and meet some of the shareholders is really important, because there are shareholders that have got a big stake in what happens at DSTV, and it's nice to just interact with them. So I'm really happy to be and really honored to be one of the faces of a company that has opportunities for the everyday person to own shares.
For me, it's a great experience. Yearly, it's a good time for us to know how our investment has been doing, and also a good time to vote for our shareholding, to know how is our business growing.
To me, it means a lot. Like I've said, that I've been part of the family for quite some time, since my university days at TUT, you know, but also you also see how the team has grown over the years, how it has changed, you know, but it still remains the same brand, you know, that's growing and that's improving every day. So I'm quite happy to be here to see some of them, you know, and yeah, and to mingle around and to meet the new players that came to the team who were not there over the years. So, but I'm happy with the team. I think it's growing, and this year it should actually win the league, I think. Yeah.
They follow us very well because they are the shareholders, you know, and they know what we've done in terms of signings and the way the team is and how sharp we are. So they say they're wishing us luck to win the league, and also they're also putting pressure like shareholders should do that we must come with the cup. Yeah.
To build a brand, that's what we mean. Mix with the people, people identify you. When they see you on TV, they can see you, they can shout for you, then the club will do better, and then we're growing. I mean, honestly, we're growing, and this is nice to mix with all the DSTV MultiChoice partners here to see that we all won. So by so doing, we can take the brand to the higher level.
Before any player becomes a true blue Matsatsantsa, he has to be inducted, introduced and informed that SuperSport United is more than just a football club. It's his new home, and our home has strict rules and expectations, as our chairman explains.
At the beginning of every season, we have what we call an induction. This induction is not just about new players, introducing new players and welcoming the old players who were on holiday or something. The induction basically is to refresh the players' memories. And those who are new, of course, to understand that SuperSport is this type of a club. These are the ethos. This is what we expect from each and every player. And, you know, just to explain the whole thing about who are we, what are we all about, just to understand the culture and welcoming them.
I think the induction was very, very good, you know, because, you know, we're not only part of the football field and playing football, but we're part of a huge business here in DSTV and all this, you know, and I think it's so important for the players to understand what our club is all about, you know. Obviously, on our side, it's about football and about getting results and about trying to win games and try and get some trophies, but there's a much, much bigger picture to the whole SuperSport, you know, the title. And it was a good educational for us today. We know a lot more than we did know about the club that we play for. So I think it was very important, you know, because sometimes we lose sight of the big picture, and the big picture is that we are not only a football team, we're a big company.
It was a really good day. You know, we got a chance to get an insight into, you know, SuperSport as a whole and see what else goes on behind the scenes. And obviously it's a privilege to be a part of this club, and, you know, to find out more about it was very good for today.
It was a great opportunity, a very receptive audience, and given my experience in newspapers, which was 20-odd years, I felt I could share a couple of insights with them, tell them things to look out for, things to avoid, what they should do, how to create a brand, how to develop it, and of course how to avoid the pitfalls that so many footballers seem to fall into.
It's very important in terms of body language, enthusiasm, and the message that you're giving across. So I was saying to the players that as individuals, some obviously are already big brands in South African football, but they carry the logo. I mean, I was talking to them about me wearing a SuperSport shirt today. So yes, Neil Andrews has come to talk to them, but it's also the SuperSport presenter. So you carry that brand not only from yourself individually, but also from a football team. And of course, that's a good thing because it can promote yourself and your brand. But if things go a bit pear-shaped, it can be a disaster for you. So I was just saying to them a bit about preparing, giving a little bit of forethought as to what the interview is about, how they're going to answer, and by and large the South African media is sympathetic. We don't have a hostile media. Here in South Africa, it's an opportunity for the players and for the football club to make use of coverage and of media.
Media is different everywhere, you know, so it's really good to get an insight into, you know, what media is going to be like here. And you know, it's lessons that we learn for the future, and it holds us in good stead. You know, it's an important part of being a footballer is being able to talk and be comfortable in these situations. So it's a very good initiative from the club.
This gives me also a very good indication as to how the team is performing, the spirit of the club itself. Are the players happy? Because that's my primary aim, to see the players happy, because this is a home away from home. If you're unhappy at home, in a work environment, you can never be happy anywhere else. You spend more time at work than you do at home. So this helps me to understand and to have a look and see whether the players are happy or not happy. And for that, I was quite happy with the outcome of the induction.
In the second half, Westernburg Secondary School in Polokwane gets a special visitor and a much-needed gift. The entire SuperSport United Academy takes part in the first ever Curious Schools Inter-School Tournament, and the 7 under-17 members of South Africa's Amajimbos team heading to the FIFA World Cup get a Heroes Matsatsantsa send-off. The kids of Westernburg Secondary School have given us their support by being ball boys at our games in Polokwane. This month we thank them for their commitment with a new Kappa kit for their football team, and Jabu Mahlangu was there to advise and guide them to future greatness.
We are in Polokwane at Westernburg High School. This is our SuperSport United activation. We are here to encourage, the learners, to play sport and also focus in their studies and finish their studies.
We are very privileged and very honored that SuperSport United went into this relationship with us. They came to school using our boys as ball boys at the games at the Peter Mokaba Stadium, and according to me, that is a learning opportunity for the learners to get exposed to not only to the learning in class but also learning outside. So we are very grateful for this opportunity, and we would like to honor all the members of the SuperSport United coming to our school.
I had a session that I was giving to the students, motivating them, sharing about my life experiences, and also giving them hope, to say everything in life is possible, as long as you are self-disciplined, you are working hard, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. And it was a great atmosphere, and the response was great from the student of Westernburg High School, and I'm happy to be here, and also I know that tomorrow they will come in numbers to support SuperSport United.
What an amazing experience for him to come to our school and addressing the learners. The message that he convened was so true, because the learners at the moment, they are not dreaming big, they are not focusing on the academics. It is not for them important to be in class. Yes, and they do make use of different substances and are misusing the alcohol, but we must just keep on trying to get these learners focused on their future, because there's a better future ahead, and we really appreciate the job of coming to our school and convening this message.
Yeah, it is very important. Like I can talk for myself, because I signed a professional contract when I was 19 years old, and I decided to quit school, and I was already doing grade 11. So that was, the bad decision that I took 10 years ago. But looking now, if I had education, maybe I was going to do other things, but now we are not the same, and all of us are not going to achieve in soccer, but if you have education, you even if you get older and older, but education stays with you. It's not like sport, because in sport, at some point in time, you'll have to quit sport because you'll be old.
Thank you to SuperSport for helping us, because the whole season we were playing with 2 kids with their old age groups until from under 15 to under 19. We were using the same kit, but now at least we have another kit. Next year they will have their own kit. Just want to say thank you to SuperSport for helping us.
I feel inspired, motivated, really appreciate that, and thanks for the kit. I'm the captain of the under 19, and I'm thanking SuperSport on their behalf.
We have to give the kids hope. They need to know, Ubuti, as much as we are free, and as much as they are free and they are young, and they must take responsibility of their lives also, as much as they must also play sport to be away from other wrong stuff like drinking alcohol, smoking drugs. So this school, it was very important for us, to come and tell them. And a person like myself who experience the lifestyle, it makes a lot of sense to them, because I've lived the life that I'm sharing with them. So it will really encourage them and make them aware, and also help the other youngsters also to stay focused and start taking their education serious and their sport serious.
In the next 5 years, Cura Schools will be providing education to 80,000 children through campuses in all 9 provinces. That many passionate soccer-loving kids meant that we simply could not refuse the invite for Matsatsantsa's academy to be part of Cura's first inter-school football tournament.
At first it was just a dream, thinking about having a soccer tournament, and then we decided, why not having an inter-Cura soccer tournament? The demographics of our schools are dramatically changing, and we decided, let's cross a Rubicon and have this day for all our Cura schools, and that is how we came about this day. Yes.
The purpose of the event today is to create opportunity for our soccer players within Cura Holdings to have this opportunity just to display their skills, obviously form friendships, and hopefully our better players that selected today to then play against the academy side of SuperSport United, which we hope then will develop their skills and their abilities going forward.
We came to support them in this program, and hopefully it's a program that we will continue with them on an annual basis. And obviously we also have the SuperSport United soccer schools that we are talking to Cura to get them involved. But basically what they're looking for, we're looking for a partnership between the 2 institutions, Cura Holdings, and mainly Cura Thatchfield at the moment, and SuperSport United Football Club at the youth academy level, to help develop football at Cura, starting here at Thatchfield, and hopefully extending to all the Curas across the country.
Nice to have the representation of all our junior academy teams. So we've got our young teams from under 8, which we run right through to the under 19 age group. We've got most of them here today. 1 or 2 teams are competing, but I think nice for the Cura Thatchfield kids to see that we've got kids as young as 8, 9, 10 years old playing academy football. So I hope that rubs off, motivates and inspires them to be part of it.
Today's tournament was very, very good. I know it's the first tournament that Cura Thatchfield has put on. I thought Waterstone coming to the tournament today done very, very, very well. The tournament was well organised. Referees done very, very well. In such a short space of time, the games were 30 minutes one way, and it was tough for the teams. They had to go for the game and then 30 minutes. It wasn't like playing for 90 minutes where you could manage the game. Today was all about trying to win the game in a short space of time.
We feel great penalties. It's a lottery. We are very happy that our goalkeeper was able to save 2 penalties. Our guys were able to keep composure and we were able to convert our chances.
The final was good. The boys have done very, very well. Trained very, very hard during the week. And because obviously Waterstone are now part of the Kuru group, it was important for us to do well in this tournament. I'm glad we have.
Supersport has actually been bringing in coaches that have been helping with the development on a daily basis. So we have a really good working relationship with their academy, and to have them here has actually been a blessing. They've given us great exposure as a school, and we're giving them exposure as well. So it really is a very mutually satisfying relationship, and we're glad to be involved with a name like theirs because they're just synonymous with soccer. And the boys love it. They love having them here, and it's just a really great overall experience for everyone involved.
The way forward we're hoping for is a relationship between our soccer schools project and this Currow Thatch Field. So the opportunity exists to build a facility and run our coaching program through the school. So the headmaster, Nick van Blerk, is very excited about pushing football. And I think if we could get it right in this Currow franchise, we see no reason why we can't spread it across the rest of them.
Amajimbo South Africa Under-17 team are headed to Chile this month for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. 7 of the squad are SuperSport United Academy players, and before they jetted off to face Russia and Costa Rica in Group E, we gave them a hero send-off at MultiChoice new headquarters in Randburg.
It is indeed a very exciting venture that we have 7 players in the national team. I think it's also credit to what is being done at SuperSport United. A lot of the players that are playing in the national team were all selected playing for the under-17 age group in various tournaments. Our boys were probably the only ones that were selected playing in the under-19 age group, which means that they were playing against opponents of a much higher intensity, and that has helped in accelerating that development. The SAFA programs have helped us in finding a player like Kanyisa Mayo, who we found in the national team setup. But we're very proud of SuperSport United that we're contributing to the national cause in this way.
It's a very proud moment for the players and for SuperSport as a club. For the talent that they have discovered and the talent that they have developed. And I think the 7 players that you're talking about are the 7 players that were with the team in Niger during the AYC. So I think the boys did very well in Niger. And that is why today we are celebrating the team going to the World Cup. So I think we are all saying well done to SuperSport to have discovered and developed these players.
We feel proud, you know. We feel that the club is achieving its dreams in terms of development-wise. The academy is doing its work properly. And for sure, as the people who are working behind the scenes at the club, we are proud to see how many players we have that are in the national team. And like you say, that are first 11 players. It's not like players who will be, most of them on the bench. They are players that are regular players in the national team. And we have the captain here coming from SuperSport. And it's a proud moment for us at SuperSport.
Yes, being an under-17 national captain, it's one of the great achievements that I've done in the country, and I'm really proud of that. So we're going to the World Cup there to not just to add numbers, we're just going there to work our socks off and come back home with the positive results.
Having a chance like this so early is incredible. I think it opens a young player's mind. You know, I had a chance to play in a European tournament, you know, just club tournaments. And I remember from that day, you know, we played Chelsea, we played Man United, we played Leeds. I remember even Lucas at the time was at Leeds, you know. And I left there thinking, you know what, I want to come back here. You know, it gave me a benchmark to work towards. And I think for these young players, if they can do that, you know, they'll have a very good chance of forging a career, whether it be local or even abroad.
Playing in the World Cup, it's one of the great achievements that we have done in the country, and we are proud of that, because we have already made the country proud, and we are going to continue doing that.
It's a test for us. It's a test for South Africa to go and do well against the rest of the world. And I think it's evidence of work that is being done at the club. Credit again to the management of the club, to the chairman of the club, Kulu Sivia, Stan Matthews, Graham Abrahams, and all the coaches at the academy that have done the work to scout these players. We're working with these players every day. And mine is to oversee that. You know, the drivers, the aunties, this is a reflection of that combined work. And hopefully these players can represent us well as they did in Niger. And we can do South Africa proud once more.
If you'd like to get in touch with Supersport United and follow all the latest tweets, log on to twitter.com/SupersportFC. Don't forget